RuneScape is a game which has been a part of my life for over a decade. I've enjoyed this game for thousands and thousands of hours, and it really has been a wonderful bliss to escape from reality. But one thing which I think I've enjoyed almost as much as playing the game itself is the RuneScape based YouTube content that dedicated content creators have put out over the years. For many years I've watched RuneScape content, and honestly I've been so entertained by it, and eventually it led me to start my own YouTube channel up in 2017 and make some YouTube videos. So in this video, I just want to thank those people who've inspired me to start making videos back in 2017, and hopefully you guys will find some awesome content in here as well. I will link all of their YouTube channels in the description below, and hopefully you guys enjoy.
I don't know which way to go. Can you direct me through this maze?
Sure.
Starting off at number 10 is Mr. Bug. Now for those RS3 YouTubers out there, you might not know who he is, but Mr. Bug is an old school content creator who really innovated the whole video making scene. Before I started watching Mr. Bug, the things which I was used to on RuneScape YouTube were basically top 10s, progression series, or loot from series. The basic videos which each content creator provides. Now the great thing about Mr. Bug is he makes some incredibly unique videos which I personally wouldn't have thought of in 100 years. So some of the stuff he does, like Spit or Steal, and basically doing social tests with the game, is absolutely fascinating and entertaining. Not to mention his absolutely hilarious videos of him goofing around with his RuneScape character on chat websites. Honestly, this guy's content is brilliant, and yeah, thank you very much Mr. Bug for making some incredible, unique RuneScape content.
Hey everyone, Overfletch here, and welcome back to episode 77 of the Ironman completion series.
Next up, we have my Ironman brother, Overfletch. Now, in 2017, this guy was making the best quality Ironman content that RS3 had to offer. He has an Iron completion series which I've watched from start to finish, and the guy is an absolute babe, incredibly friendly and nice. He also does a bunch of RuneScape Ramble videos which I really enjoyed, and he dabbled into some old school videos as well. He has a melee only Ironman series which is on his YouTube, and honestly it was while watching an Overfletch video that I decided to make my own YouTube channel and start my RS3 Ironman series. So if it wasn't for him, there would be no Ravlar. So you can blame him for all my shitty videos. But anyway, Overfletch, thank you very much, dude. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, bro. You're poking your dick in someone.
Yeah.
A whore.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Cost
yeah.
35 euros, by the way, for 20 minutes.
Next up, we have the Godfather of RuneScape YouTube, Davi. Come on, y'all. Everyone has a friend in Davi. This guy has been around since ages. One of the first RuneScape YouTubers that I remember watching, back when his accent was thick and his content was brilliant. He is the godfather of all loot videos. The guy started making loot from 10-hour videos back in the day when no one else had really done them, and he made them popular. So we can't really forget that, and on top of that, the guy has made some wonderful Ironman content on both games. And you know, I know it's been bitter for the past few months with his girlfriend split and the way he's behaved, but remember what this guy has done, and that's why we love this Lolita-loving Lithuanian. Thank you, Davi. If you watch this video, I'm very happy, and yeah, I hope it all goes well for you, my friend. Next up is probably the highest quality RuneScape YouTube video maker that I have personally seen, and a friend of mine and a co-host on our podcast Trimming Armor, and his name is Will Missit. Now, Will has recently recovered from chlamydia, but that did not stop him making some absolutely amazing content. The guy is a beast. He has more golden gnomes than I have brain cells, and honestly, the type of content he has made is actually flawless. He entertains us all with his skits, and the level of video editing that he does takes days, if not weeks, to make, and honestly, the amount of coordination and people he gets involved is mind-boggling. Now, if RuneScape don't offer him a job directly, I'm sure some video editing companies would have seen this talent the guy has and would have snapped him up, because honestly, it is genuinely unbelievable what this guy can do and how innovative he is. He may be a level 3 skiller, but this guy has incredible knowledge of the game and his content is top notch, and honestly, we are very lucky to have him on the RuneScape scene. Thank you, Will, for everything you've been doing, and please continue, because we need you.
What's going on, guys? Boaty.
Next up, we have everyone's favourite ginger, Boaty. Now, Boaty has been around for a while as well, and originally he was known for his PKing, and that made him quite famous. He's a very talented RuneScape player, as I'm sure you all know. He can click about 1,000 times faster than I can, and he can do it coordinated as well, so, you know, props to him. The guy is an absolute beast on Twitch as well, as I'm sure everyone has seen. But honestly, what made me hooked on Boaty was not something PKing related, it was his one-man army series. Now, at the time, Ironman wasn't a thing, and Boaty was one of the revolutionaries of the game mode. People saw his one-man army series and thought this actually looks like so much fun, and as a result of him and people like Davi who were making YouTube videos on solo RuneScape, Ironman was born. And when that series came out, week by week, I was hooked on it. It was a revelation, and in my humble opinion, I think it's the best series out there on YouTube. It may be a few years old, but if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out, because yeah, it was a revelation that started the Iron Man revolution. So Boaty, thank you for everything you've done for the game, and in particular that wonderful series that I will never forget ever. Next up, I have someone who I was so lucky to interview on our podcast last week, and their name is the Junesong. Now, for RuneScape players, you probably know who he is, but if you don't, let me just summarize what this guy did for the game. At the time when EOC was released, it was an absolute shit show. No one knew what was happening. A couple of years down the line, the Junesong started to make videos about the combat system, how it worked, how to chain abilities together, and what the actual use of each ability was. During this period, RS3 was a mess. Things like the wiki and the actual game information itself was wrong, and June clarified this for a lot of people. He cleared up so many misconceptions about combat, and he actually taught people the best way to use the system, and because of him, so many people were able to learn the system, and the way he presented it was absolutely amazing, and something which I think the community owes him a lot for. One other thing which I love that he did, he introduced a RuneScape psychology series where he talks about different perspectives on analyzing different players, why they behaved the way they did, and that was fascinating to me personally. Also, he encouraged a very positive attitude about helping those who don't know how to PVM, and overall I just think that he did a lot for this game, so thank you very much Junesong. Without you, RS3 would definitely be in a worse place.
Hi guys, my crew here. Sorry about the light in the background. There's not much I can do, I have a very small room.
Next up at number 4, guys, we have RS3's current biggest YouTuber, and rightly so, Micrew. Now, Micrew used to be a teacher, but decided to take on content creation full time a few years ago. Since then, his consistent schedule plus the quality of his videos has made him stand out from the rest, and he truly is an inspiration to anyone who wants to make RS3 content. One of the great things about Micrew's YouTube channel is the fact that he has such a large variety of content. He's done a hardcore Ironman series, he's done an ultimate hardcore Ironman series, he's done a main series from basically where he takes a new account and maxes it. It was actually brilliant to show across all the new methods in RS3 these days, and overall he's very consistent with the updates. He keeps the community up to date and is always there when you have a question for him. And for those reasons, he was a massive inspiration for me before I started YouTube. I still look up to him today, but now more as a friend than a role model.
Hey guys, and welcome to a new video, and today we got another loot video, and this is 500 crystal shapeshift.
Coming in at number 3, we have Newbuer, aka Tyler. Now Tyler has been making RuneScape videos for a very long time. Originally, Tyler made a lot of RS3 loot videos where he gave ideas of how much money you can make if you killed a boss for a certain amount of time. He moved on to progress into guides in RS3 and eventually made an Ironman. Thereafter, he moved on to old school where he started playing a main account where he made a series on that, and now has, in my opinion, the best old school RuneScape Ironman series to date. Honestly, there's no point of even trying to compete with it because it's so good. The guy is a beast. He is incredibly lucky as well, which is kind of bittersweet for his viewers, I suppose. But the guy has had an insane amount of luck since day one, and he deserves it because the content he makes is incredible. Like, the quality of content he made, even when he was on RS3, I think was pretty superb. His video editing was fantastic, his Photoshop skills are brilliant, and honestly, he's one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. If you ever have a question, you can just pop into his stream and he will answer it. He's very humble and he works very hard. So yeah, I think he definitely deserves number 3 spot on here. Tyler, thank you so much for all the amazing content that you've made. It really has entertained me and hundreds of thousands of others. So thank you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while. It's Monkals Hunky here, and you know, I thought I would update you guys with what I have been doing.
Number 2, Monkals Hunky. Now, for those of you that weren't around in the 2014, 2015, 2016 years, you guys may not know who Monkals Hunky is that well. But let me tell you, this guy was a force to be reckoned with. He was one of the first YouTubers to make quality skill guides for all the skills in RS3, and at that time a lot of information wasn't as readily available, and he portrayed it in some displayable forms. Now, the guy got quite a bit of stick for exaggerating some of his XP rates, and that saddens me because people kind of tarnish his memory and forget how much of a good job he actually did. For me personally, his top 10s were amazing. I learned so much of the game because of them, and honestly they motivated me to make my own, including this video. He did have a lot of quality in his videos despite what anyone says. Sadly, no one's seen him for around 3 years now, and that is a massive tragedy because his content was amazing. But if he somehow manages to see this video, which I probably don't think he will, Monkals, thank you so much for everything. Dude, you are an absolute legend, and we would love to hear from you, so please do get in touch with anyone in the RS community so we can have an update on how you're doing. Now, before we get into the top spot, I just want to say that this is my top 10 of people who've inspired me. There are so many more out there which I could name, like the RS guy, Tonix, aka Pure TPC, Scapemate, The Pros. Honestly, there's so much awesome content out there on the RS side, Mudkip, EVscape, Small XP Lamp, and honestly all these guys make amazing videos, and just thank you to everyone who's helped the community entertain themselves with this content on YouTube for so many years. But without further ado, let's move on to the number 1 spot.
Get it. But either way, we probably should have been wearing festive stuff. This is supposed to be a Christmas podcast.
Yeah,
There should have been a Santa hat somewhere, or like a scarf.
Hang on, wait here, yeah? I'm gonna do the most epic thing ever. You've got to...
Now, for all you young RuneScape players out there, you guys will have no idea who these people are. RuneShark. RuneShark was a revelation. They were the main reason I started to watch RuneScape YouTube in the first place. They put out so many amazing videos and unique ideas. On top of that, they brought the whole community together, they did amazing podcasts with amazing guests, and at the same time they were great players. I remember that Simon managed to get a comp cape back in 2012, which back then was no mean feat. James was almost maxed, and then when Old School came out, he was the first person to get a whip, and they had a huge following. It was pretty much RuneShark mania, and luckily for me, I was lucky enough to meet them in 2014 when I went to RuneFest and they were actually working for Jagex. Now for those people I've spoken to Jagex, they did an absolutely amazing job there as well, setting up the whole streaming front for both Old School and RuneScape 3. And in real life, they are exactly the same as they were on YouTube. Incredibly humble, positive, helpful. They gave me so much of their time to ask them questions. And yeah, I really hope they're doing great in life because that's exactly what they deserve. Both Simon and James are married now, so time really has flown. And I think they've moved past RuneScape. Now, what's really sad is that they've deleted all the content apart from that most iconic series, which was the Godsword set from scratch, which was an incredible series where basically they got a Godsword set without trading anyone apart from themselves. And yeah, it took them a while, but it was incredible viewing, and I think that partly inspired Ironman content. It's just hard to put into words how much these guys meant to the YouTube RuneScape scene. And yeah, I just hope they're doing well, and if they do see this video, guys, I miss you. Let us know how you're doing, and I hope life is treating you well. So that's it. Those are the top 10 YouTubers who inspired me to make YouTube videos, people who I look up to so much. And honestly, thank you to everyone on this list and every single YouTuber out there who has made videos, because you entertain so many people for almost nothing. And you know what, you guys are the real MVPs, and sometimes the negativity may bring you down, but just remember, like, there's a community of people out here who appreciate it so much. And yeah, just thank you, thank you, thank you. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and watch out for the next one. I'll see you soon.